Hi, I'm Briana from Briana K Designs, and today I want to talk to you about a very unique and very special kit that Annie's has put together. This is the Caring Crochet Club kit. Now, what's unique about it is they have chosen this month to do a fashion chemo cap. I want to tell you a bit more about this because there's a lot of benefits to this one that make it much easier to either gift or donate something that can help a friend or a fellow crafter who is going through chemo and has cancer. Now, cancer, as we all know, is a very sad situation. It has affected somebody in our lives, and it's really hard to know what you can do for someone. So I get asked all the time as a designer if I know where to donate, what type of kit to make, what they could make a friend, what they could give a friend. And I'll be honest, until today, I haven't really had the greatest solid answer. So I'm actually thrilled today that I can tell you about this awesome kit that Annie's put together. They have answered the call. They have made it easy, honest crafters to know what to do and how to do it. So that's really, really awesome. And I've also noticed in our crochet community, I have really seen crocheters step up. During tragedy, it's always very difficult, but crocheters have answered the call, and I hope you answer the call. And I'm going to show you a way to do that that will make it much easier to make sure that you do it in a unique way and with lots of love. So I also want to make a note that Annie's also sends these cards. So if you want to just donate, they're donating to the Knots of Love, which is a great organization, and they've already given you the address for shipping and everything. So once again, Annie's has thought it through, because I get asked this question a lot, and I don't have the address on hand, or it's sometimes hard to look up. So this is great that you don't have to do anything but fill this out as a nice donation. It'd be very generous of you to do, and I hope you do consider that because it's definitely needed. And as you can imagine, for someone who is going through chemo, this is a really nice reminder that we care and we really are rooting for them. So I also want to point out that this kit is really cool because when I got this in the mail, I happened to take a photo of it and send it to one of my crafter friends because I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is this? Look at this. And I had just sent her the front of the work, which was this picture. And her comment was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. But like the scarf probably doesn't come with it, right? And I was like, no, it does. This is where I was so excited. I think she even assumed that like, there's no way that that was that well put together, but we're talking about Annie's here. So don't doubt, they definitely put together well. Yes, this beautiful scarf is included, matches the yarn perfectly. They really, really went out of their way here to get a really nice cohesive look. This like, I'm not even going to downplay this. This took some work and thought and love into this one, and they nailed it. They nailed it again. So it comes with this beautiful scarf that is used with this chemo hat in a very unique way. I absolutely adore it, and I love that it comes with everything you need. That's why these kits are so amazing and nice, because can you imagine going out and trying to find all these supplies and getting the yarn to match a scarf? I feel like that would be a little bit of a headache. So I really love that Annie's has put this together so well. And this yarn is super squishy and soft. It's just like butter. So it's a really nice yarn to work with, which means it's a really nice hat to wear. So I want to get started and also show you a little bit more about what comes in this kit. So we've talked about this nice navy and kind of rose tone color yarn, which are really worked nicely for this. I also have talked about this scarf, which is really flowy and nice, and I kind of just want to move it around. It's so soft. But I also wanted to talk about what else comes in your kit. This crochet stitch guide is included with the tools that you will need. This is what is, I think, the super bonus to doing a kit, not having to worry about the supplies nor looking up stitches on Google. You won't need to. This stitch guide is beneficial in helping you work out the stitches that you need to know for this project and also expand the knowledge that you already have. Or like me, if sometimes you just are a little bit stressed out, your day's been a little bit hectic, it's hard to recall how to do something that you knew a month ago but you had forgotten. So it's a nice refresher to make sure that your project is completely successful. And then they include, of course, the actual pattern and project to do this, which is awesome. It works you through each step. It's very guided. And if there's anything that you're curious about or you weren't completely sure, You can always go to an online Annie's website because they have a wealth of information there. But everything you need to know is in here. And they also talk about on the last page the knots of love, which I think is really nice and really unique that they included that in here because it is a great donation to the Knots of Love, which is a great organization. Of course, I feel like crocheters and knitters definitely came up with this because we know how to help. And this is how that we can help somebody boost their confidence a little bit, and even just simply giving a gift definitely makes someone feel loved. So I want to talk about the stitches used in this because I don't want you to feel intimidated or overwhelmed. So I'm going to grab some yarn. Now for you, when you come to the end of a round, normally the way we work is from right to left, but once you join and you chain one, we're going to be working in reverse. So that means we'll be working from left to right. We're going to skip that very first stitch and insert our hook into the second from front to back. And then we're simply going to yarn over and pull that loop up. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. That completes the first reverse single crochet. So you simply complete those again and again across, and let's see what beautiful texture it creates. We insert our hook into the stitch from front to back, yarn over and bring up a loop, and now we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over to complete that stitch. The very first time you do this, it might feel a bit awkward working from left to right, and you might feel like you're not doing it right just because it's almost like putting a hook into your other hand. You feel a little bit like you're doing things in reverse, but that's exactly what we're doing. You get used to it quite quickly, and then you'll be able to fly across that row. This is definitely something to have in your skill book because it is a great finish for a lot of things. So this is something you'll want to learn. It gives a nicer finish than simply leaving the bottom as a single crochet or double crochet edge, and it adds extra texture. So as you can see, as we work across here, it becomes second nature, working from left to right. And then do you see that edge? That is really lovely. I really like how it's a bit thicker. It's a nice band. And the beautiful thing about it is it still has some stretch and give. So it is great for hats or blankets. And it adds a nice finish that looks finished. It's a nice edge to complement the hat. Now this kit, like I mentioned, comes with 2 colors of yarn. The awesome thing is that also comes with a modification for the scarf, which I do like how they paired it with this rose, but you really could do it with either. And then it also has a turban style pattern for the navy. So you're getting 2 hats out of this kit, and you're donating 2 hats to a friend, using them for yourself, or donating them to the Knots of Love program. This is a really fun kit to get 2 hats out of that are soft and nice to wear. I hope that you join me in stepping up and donating to this wonderful organization. And you don't have to do the legwork. So I'm going to go ahead and take the excuse out of it because I know for me, when I think about doing a donation project, it's a lot easier for me to jump into it if someone is going to give me the pattern. But Annie's has gone one step further. They've not just set you up for a beautiful pattern, they've given you the supplies as well as how to donate, which I find that often is the step that we kind of fall behind on, is figuring out, where do I send my donation? So they've thought it through from start to finish. So now this is easy. This is an easier project to do where you don't have to do any of the hard work in figuring it out. Annie's did, and they are gifting that to us and making this kit super simple. So jump on over to Annie's. I'm going to challenge you to do this with me and work up 2 of their beautiful fashion chemo hats. And then you can either give them to a friend or donate them to the Knots of Love, which is what I plan on doing. And I would love to have you join me and share your projects. And if you want to make more, like I said, you can jump on over to Annie's and you can purchase more yarn, sometimes in different colors if you'd like to, because you've already got the pattern and the information. So if you enjoy this as much as I do, you'll probably end up purchasing more yarn and creating more beautiful gifts for our friends who are going through a rough time. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you jump in on this challenge. Click on over right now and get that beautiful squishy yarn mail in your mailbox very soon.